After having their game before the break postponed, the Wildcat girls are now set for their matchup with a tough East Buchanan team that knocked them out of the postseason last year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat basketball on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page and the NFHS Network. I'm David Warrington, joined by Matthew Closer, making his on-air debut. And Matt, should be in for a good one here tonight.
Oh yeah, it will be a great one. I'm excited to see what happens.
Before we get started, I'll go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank.
Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat Sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you.
As always, big thank you to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. And we are here in Central City tonight, East Buchanan and the Wildcats, a little under 9 minutes away from tipping this one off. Let's go ahead and take a preview of both teams. First, your Central City Wildcats. They are 2-9, 1-6 in the Tri-Rivers West. They lost a tough one at Mac Valley on Tuesday, 65-28. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Andy Smith. Central City's head coach in his second year is Al Fear. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Fear, the record of 15 wins and 19 losses. Key player to keep your eye on for the Wildcats is Bailey Weber. The junior is the fourth leading scorer in the conference, 14.8 points per ball game. Also leads the way in assists, steals, and blocks, 2.2 assists, 1.9 steals, and 0.8 blocks. And certainly, Matt, going to be a big key for this Wildcat team is how hot Bailey can get tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple freshmen to keep your eye on. Sloan Smith coming off a 10-point performance on Tuesday. Averages 4.5 points per night. Leading rebounder, 5.8 rebounds, and shoots at 50% from the field. That's best in the team. Another freshman, Lexi Dedeker, second leading scorer, 5.5 points per night. Nearly 5 rebounds, second on the team, and nearly 1 assist. Matt, always fun to see how this youth in the Central City team performs. Such a young team they have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they lost a lot of seniors from last year, so these freshmen coming up, they really have to step up, especially from not playing at such a high level because middle school, you know, it's not that big.
Certainly a big jump. They're having to learn quickly. I mean, 4 different freshmen have started this year. It's just such a big leap from playing 8th grade games to varsity level.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, you were there a year ago, starting point guard as a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly a lot to learn in a hurry. And then also on the floor here tonight are the East Buchanan Buccaneers. They are 6-3 on the season. They're 4-3 in the Tri-Rivers West. Coming off a win against Alburnett, 65-43. Impressive victory for the Buccaneers on Tuesday. Assistant coach for the Bucks is Chris Gruber. East Buchanan's head coach in his 8th season is Nathan Reck. During his time with the Buccaneers, Coach Reck with a record of 93 wins and 80 losses. Players to keep your eye on for the Buccaneers include a very good guard, Laney Hogan. The sophomore is the second leading scorer in the conference, nearly 17 points per night. Also grabs 4.3 rebounds per game and is near or at the top of the conference in assists, 4.2. That is second in the conference and leads the way in steals in the Tri-Rivers West, over 4 steals per night. Also a couple of Brady girls to look out for. The senior, Avery L., is the second leading scorer, has 12 points per night, 8.8 rebounds per game, third best in the conference, and 2.6 steals per game. That is third on the team. And also the junior, Eden Brady, third leading scorer at nearly 10 points per night and 2.5 steals. Certainly some players to keep your eye on for East Buchanan. Looking at the series history since 2009, the Bucks lead it 21 games to 7 and have won 4 straight and 11 out of the last 13. These teams met 3 times last year. January 7th at East Buchanan, the Buccaneers won 67-49. February 1st here in Central City, the Buccaneers came back in the fourth quarter to win 56-49. And over in Winthrop in a second-round postseason matchup on February 15th, it was a 56-45 Buccaneer win to end the Wildcats season. Matt, you guys had a chance to try to take down the team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year. Certainly a big chip on the shoulders of these Central City girls trying to bounce back from that playoff loss last year.
Oh, yeah. Watching them warm up, they're looking really good. Let's hope the Central City Wildcats can warm up well, too.
About 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go before we tip this one off, and we will take a look at some games around the conference. First off, here are the results from girls' games last Tuesday, 2 days ago. In the West, Maquoketa Valley took down Central City 65-28. North Lynn had their way with Starmont 97-26. East Buchanan took down Alburnett 65-43. And Springville went to Edgewood Colesburg and edged out the Vikings by a final of 54-49. In the East, Lisbon went to Midland and won 40-35. North Cedar went to Clinton, took down Prince of Peace in overtime, 61-53. And Easton Valley went to Marquette Catholic but couldn't get it done. The Mohawks won 57-19. And to round out the day of action, Wilton went to Calamus-Wheatland for non-conference play, and Cal Wheat came out with the 61-45 victory. Looking at the conference standings, Central City comes into this one 1-6. They are 7th out of the 8 teams in the conference, ahead of Starmont. East Buchanan 4-3 in conference play. They are 3rd, behind Springville at 7-1 and North Lynn at a perfect 7-0. The Wildcats certainly going to look to bounce back and get their second conference win. And Matthew, you and the guys on the current team have been there. It's tough when you're so young trying to get things done. What do you think one of the keys is for trying to win and compete as a young team?
I think one of the keys would be for sure playing under control, because if you get out of your comfort zone, you'll have turnover and stuff like that, and you do not want that. Another thing is just playing good defense, because good defense wins championships, and that's at the end of the day what you really need.
About 3.5 minutes before we tip this one off, and why don't we go ahead and take a look at some projected starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First of all, for the East Buchanan Buccaneers. First off for the Bucks is Avriel Brady, the 5'9 senior, has started every game this year, averaging 12 points per night, shooting at 78% from the free throw line. That's best in the team. Also one of the top players in the conference in terms of rebounding, nearly 9 per contest, to add to 2.5 steals and 1 block. Another starter in the lineup is Cretan Peck, the 5'3 freshman, so some youth of this Buccaneer team as well. She's averaging nearly 9 points per game, just under 2 rebounds and just under 3 assists. Lainey Hogan, definitely the biggest player to watch out for the Bucks. The 5'6 sophomore leads the way with nearly 17 points per game. 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Certainly a pesky player they'll need to watch out for. Also have Eden Brady, the 5'8 junior, nearly 10 points per game, 4 rebounds and 2 assists, as well as 2.5 steals. And rounding out the starting 5 is Grace Long, the 5'9 sophomore, averaging a little over 3 points per game, 4 rebounds, and leads the way with nearly 1.5 blocks per contest. It's been a consistent starting 5 for the Bucks. Only one player has not started every game. Grace Long has started 8. Elsie Flexinar started 1 game. Other than that, it's been the same 5 out there for the Buccaneers. For Central City, this is the starting 5 they sent out on Tuesday. First of all, Belle Whitson, the junior, averaging 2 points per ball game, nearly 2 rebounds, nearly 1 assist. Joining her, Lucy Smith, the lone senior on this team, 2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Savannah Cook, the freshman, averaging 5.5 points per night, nearly 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists. Lexi Dedeker, also a freshman, averaging 5.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And rounding out the starting 5 is Bailey Weber, one of the top scorers in the conference at nearly 15 points per night, 3.5 rebounds, and leads the way for Central City in assists with 2.2, steals with 1.9, and blocks with 0.8. We're about 90 seconds away from tip-off here in Central City. It's both teams getting their final warm-up tosses in. Again, David Warrington here alongside Matthew Klosterman joining me, the sophomore point guard on the Wildcat boys team. And Matthew, what are some of your thoughts as we inch closer to opening tip for this one?
I'm just ready to watch some basketball, David. I'm ready to watch.
You guys also have a big one tomorrow night. The Easton Valley Riverhawks come to town. Historically, one of the best teams on the east side of the Tri-Rivers. They're not quite what they were a year ago or 2 years before that, but they're still a really good team. Are you excited for that one tomorrow?
Definitely most excited. You know, getting that win against Maquoketa Valley really bumped our team up, because they're a really good team, and beating really good teams make you feel good. But this Easton Valley team, I've been scouting and watching them, and they don't look as good as they have previous years, so I think we could beat them this year.
That game is tomorrow night right here in Central City on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page and the NFHS Network, scheduled for a 5:30 girls tip-off with the boys to follow. Should be a couple of good games in the East versus West matchup. Certainly some bragging rights on the line. Both sides want to come out with the majority of wins in that series. Looks like we do have one adjustment to the starting 5 as Sloan Smith appears to be getting set for introductions. Mrs. Hackman has the microphone tonight, and as she announces the starting lineups here in Central City, I will follow along. Again, this game was scheduled for December 20th. Back before break, some illness in the Wildcat program halted that game. Are getting it in here tonight. First for the Buccaneers, a 5'9 senior, number 5, Avriel Brady. For the Wildcats, a senior, number 20, Lucy Smith.
Looks like we're going to be having both the sisters starting.
Both Smith sisters will be in there. You're absolutely right. For the Buccaneers, a 5'3" freshman, number 11, Creighton Peck. For the Wildcats, a freshman, number 21, Savannah Cook. For the Buccaneers, a 5'6" sophomore, number 20, Lainey Hogan. For the Wildcats, a freshman, number 22, Lexi Dedeker. For the Buccaneers, a 5'8" junior, number 34, Eden Brady. And for the Wildcats, a junior, number 23, Bailey Weber. For the Buccaneers, a 5'9" sophomore, number 35, Grace Long. And for the Wildcats, a freshman, number 31, Sloan Smith. Assistant coach for the Buccaneers is Chris Gruber. 8th-year head coach is Nathan Reck. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Andy Smith. Second-year head coach is Al Fear. At this time, we will pause for the singing of our national anthem. Good job by Beth Griggs on singing our national anthem here tonight, and we are set to go. One more time, your starting fives: Brady, Peck, Hogan, Brady, and Long for the Buccaneers. Smith, Cook, Dedeker, Weber, and Smith for the Wildcats. Central City wearing their home whites with Wildcats across the chest in red, black numerals, black trim down the sides of the jerseys as well as the shorts. Wildcats are onto the court first. Their starting five are out there. Bucks wearing their red visiting uniforms. Bucks across the chest in a script baby blue. White numerals and white down the side. And Matt, here we go. Opening tip just moments away.
Central City Wildcats are also starting 3 freshmen. It's been something that we've been seeing.
Opening tip in the air is controlled by the Buccaneers. And Hogan will bring it up for the Bucks. Swings it over to Brady into the corner. This is the freshman Peck for a triple, and she knocks it down. So the one starting freshman for East Buck gets the scoring started with a 3-pointer.
Great ball movement by the Bucks.
Bailey Weber has the basketball, dumps it down short corner. Little jumper for Cook, that's no good. Smith fighting for the rebound. Lucy picks it up, but some miscommunication results in a turnover taken away by Eden Brady. Brady is not picked up in the full court, but doesn't shoot it. We've got an official's timeout, so we will stop play and reset.
Have no clue what just happened right there, David.
Yeah, usually this is where I tell you what happened, but I'm not totally sure. So thought it was a 3-pointer that Peck hit, but only 2 are on the scoreboard. Maybe that's what part of the discussion is. Here in Central City, 7:19 to go in the opening quarter. Apparently 2-0 is our score.
I wonder if it was something with the shot clock maybe. I'm not sure though.
Left wing now into the corner of the Peck. She'll go inside to Long. Now a little dump down pass. Brady going to work inside. Puts it up with the right hand. Too strong, but offensive rebound pulled in by Avriel Brady. Hogan will take a triple. That is too strong off the back iron. It is now 3-0, by the way, and Bailey Weber pulls in the rebound.
They're full court pressing.
Wildcats have seen that a lot this year. With a young team, it's not super surprising. The main goal is to speed them up, and they do here as it's taken away. Hogan down court to Brady, but instead of getting it to Brady, it's poked out of bounds by Bailey Weber, and a baseline out of bounds play coming up for the Bucks.
Really good job hustling back by Bailey Weber.
That's what we've seen from her a lot this year. Big blocks, big pokes out of bounds. She's had a really nice year defensively to go with her offense. That time Lucy Smith pokes the inbounds pass, takes it away, up ahead to Bailey Weber. It's a 2-on-2 with numbers coming. Weber shoots up for a 3. No, too strong. Rebound pulled in by Peck. Peck swings it over to Hogan, conference's second leading scorer, but she shuffled the foot before driving baseline. It's a turnover back to the Wildcats.
I don't know, David. That looked clean to me. I don't know. These refs, they see stuff. I don't know.
3-0, about 90 seconds into this ball game. Buccaneers on top of the Wildcats. Central City was swept by East Buck 3-0 last year. Trying to find some revenge here tonight as they get to the cross half court to Sloan Smith. She'll take a couple dribbles. Tries to hand it off to Cook. Now we got to fight for it, and it's taken away as Brady takes it for the Bucks. Long down court pass to Avriel Brady. She'll go in, puts it up with the offhand. No, but the foul. And Avriel Brady will shoot 2 for East Buck. First foul of the ball game goes against Central City. So Avriel Brady will shoot 2. She is the best free throw shooter on the team at 78% so far this season. First free throw's up and good. That foul was on Sloan Smith. That is her first of the ball game.
I was going to say that, David. Beat me to it.
Second free throw on the way. That one is also good. Brady makes both, and it is 5-0. East Buchanan, 6:10 to go in the opening quarter. Still a full court press. They do break it over to Lucy Smith, right wing. Going inside. Savannah Cook throws one up off the side of the backboard and rebounded by Brady. Lainey Hogan's going to run it. Long down court pass to Eden Brady. She puts up a layup. No, gets her own board. And now gets it out to Peck. Swing pass left wing to Avriel Brady. And now Bailey Weber, my apologies, nearly takes it away. But instead it's back to the Bucks. Three-pointer on the way from the corner is no good from Brady. Well contested by Savannah Cook. And Sloan Smith rebounds. Now she's in trouble in the full court, but does get it out of there to Dedeker.
3-on-2 situation.
Weber reads it well, gets it over to Cook, but the Bucks recovered and Cook traveled. So it's going back to East Buck.
Like I told you, David, the Central City girls, they need to slow down, and I feel like they're going too fast, and that's causing some turnovers.
They do average 23 turnovers per game. It's been a big issue for them this year. And they've been pressed almost every game just because they are so young. Teams want to speed them up, and unfortunately that's what's been happening so far tonight. Three-pointer on the way from Peck. That is good. Beautiful three-point shot from the freshman. She's got 2 threes for 6 points, and it is 8-0 here in Central City. This is dangerous times right away, Matt, as Lucy Smith's layup is blocked and will stay with Central City. Wildcats need something quick to not fall out of this one early. Bailey Weber will throw it in. Baseline out of bounds here. Inbounds pass goes to Smith. Elbow jumper is good. Lucy Smith gets the scoring started for Central City, and she's got the first 2 of the game. 8-2 our score.
Aren't those just the best?
Little dump down pass. Cook nearly takes it away. Instead, a wide open 3 for Hogan, and she drains it from the right wing. Lainey Hogan was a starter as a freshman last year on a good East Buck team, but this is her team this year. Second leading scorer in the conference at 17 a night. Inside pass is poked away. Turnover by Cook, trying to find Lucy Smith.
Really
taken by
just
Hogan.
a silly pass to throw.
The layup is no good from Brady. It's loose. Long will pick it up. Now Brady gets an open look from the corner for 3. That one won't go, and the rebound is picked up by Dedeker. 11-2, 4:10 to go in the opening quarter. Dedeker in trouble in the backcourt. Has it poked loose, so she gets her dribble back and finds Sloan Smith. Over to Bailey Weber, and Coach Reck is screaming to get a hand up. Knows she's a shooter. Good scout by the coach. Weber has it left wing. Weber trying to go inside against what looks to be a zone defense here from the Bucks. Three-pointer from the right wing from Weber is good. Bailey Weber knocks down a three-pointer. Gets her scoring started here tonight. It's 11-5. Lainey Hogan with the basketball. Gives it over to Brady in the corner. Trying to drive, swings it over to Peck. She's hit 2 from that same spot. Can't get a third. Rebound is pulled in by Dedeker. Long down court pass finds Weber. It's poked out of bounds, but it was not touched by the Bucks. So it stays or goes to East Buck. A couple subs here. Avery Wise in for the first time for the Wildcats. And Jaden Hellenthal, a 5'8 junior, in for the first time for the Bucks. For Hellenthal, just her 3rd game of the season. It is Buccaneer basketball here. Bucks working right to left. Hellenthal has it in the left wing. Hogan going to work in the paint. Throws up a layup. No. Backside rebound is picked up by Long, and her putback is good. 13-5 is our score here in Central City. Smith will follow a jumper. misses it short, misses everything, and it's picked up for a rebound by Brady on her knees. Kicks it down to Eden Brady. Looking to row coast to coast here, puts it up, blocked by the rim and rebounded by Wise. Kicks it ahead to Weber. She's trying to run here. Weber lays one up, and that is good. Bailey Weber gets a nice transition layup. It's 5 points for Weber, and it's 13-7. High post, Avriel Brady with a free throw line jumper, no. Rebound is picked up by Hellenthal. She takes a wide open short corner jumper, and that is good for Hellenthal. 15-7 our score. 2:20 remaining in the opening quarter. There will be 3 new Wildcats at the next dead ball as Dedeker is fouled driving to the basket, and she will get a couple of free throws. Foul was called on Grace Long. That is East Buck's first foul of the contest. Dedeker, a 52% free throw shooter so far this season, is perfect on the first. And 3 new for the Wildcats, but Lexi Hennick will not come in yet. She is for the shooter. Belle Whitson is into the game, as is Macy Lupkus. Second free throw from Dedeker. That is perfect as well. She makes both and will be replaced by Lexi Hennick. Also got a new Buccaneer into the game as Elise Flexenar, a 5'7" freshman averaging 4 points a night, is into the ball game. 15-9. Matt, certainly Central City keeping it close so far, staying competitive early on. That's good to see.
Most definitely. I mean, these last couple of minutes they've been playing it slower, and it's resulting in them getting points, and the East Buck team not.
Buccaneers working to the round here. Hogan driving inside, 15 in the shot clock, but we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor before the shot. That is Central City's second foul, goes on Lexi Hennick.
I think the main thing in this game is keeping number 20 in front, because she's been driving past the Central City girls and she's been scoring.
Hogan, one of the top players in the entire conference, just a sophomore, averaging nearly 17 points a night. She has it in the paint. Nice dump down pass. Look at that feed, but no good. Putback is no good, but a foul is called, and Flexenar will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, she had 4 Central City girls around her, so I'm not surprised she got the foul call.
Elsie Flexenar, a 5'7" freshman at the free throw line, shooting at 38% from the line so far this year. That first one is good. And apparently Central City now has 10 fouls. Matt, you noticed that?
Oh, wow.
16-9 is our score. That previous foul was called on Macy Lupkus. That is her first. Second free throw is no good, and Weber rebounds.
She was going to push it, but then their coach, Andy Smith, told him to slow it down.
Whitson has a high post over to Weber in the short corner, now bringing it up to the right wing. About 90 seconds to go until the end of the first. Whitson has a high post over to Avery Wise. Wise using a couple screens, hands it off to Hennick, top of the key. High post to Whitson, 10 in the shot clock, got to get a shot up soon. Whitson does put one up, and a nice inside jumper from Belle Whitson, her first basket. 16-11 is our score. Nice drive by Eden Brady, no good. A fight for the rebound, last touched by the Bucks, and it goes to Central City. So a 5-point game here, a minute to go in the opening quarter. As Avery Wise gives it over to Bailey Weber, who will bring it up the floor for Central City. This is when the shot clock really comes into effect, as that's a turnover taken away by Hogan. Whitson couldn't get the pass. Hogan's layup in transition is good, and the foul. Weber can't believe it, but the foul is called on Weber. 5 points for Hogan, chance to make it 6, and Weber called for her first foul of the game, team foul number 3. Hogan, a 71% free throw shooter, and that one is perfect. She's got 6. I believe 19-11 now our score. Whitson will take an elbow jumper for Central City, gets the nice roll off the back of the iron. It dies and falls through. Whitson has 4. Back to the Buccaneers here. Maybe a half or full second difference in the shot and game clock. Hogan will drive inside. Great take from the sophomore, and she gets it to go. is 8 points for Lainey Hogan. She's having a nice first quarter. Wildcats can hold for one, but they will not as it's taken away. Avery L. Brady running in transition, one-on-one. Weber has to hold up because last time she got called for the foul. So Brady lays it in. And Matt, if you're Central City, this is not what you wanted to happen at the end of the quarter, having going a little run. Wise will shoot a three-pointer. She drains it at the buzzer.
What a shot.
Avery Wise, the freshman, gets her first basket, beats the buzzer for a three, and that'll help. They will go into the end of the quarter trailing by 5 here, 21-16. As Matt, interesting first quarter of play there. Definitely a quarter of runs. The Wildcats are still in striking distance against a team like that. They certainly can't ask for much more than that in the first quarter.
Most definitely. The East Buccaneers, they are known to score a lot, and Central City being able to keep up with them especially is a big thing.
So again, 21-16 is our score after a quarter. It's a Buccaneer team that averages 55.5 points per game. That's second most in the conference. Wildcats are averaging a little under 40 points a night. Kept pace with them somewhat so far. Leading scorer for East Buck would be Lainey Hogan. Had 8 first quarter points. And Matt, you mentioned she's definitely somebody they're going to have to slow down. She's having a really nice open to her game.
Oh, most definitely, especially at that last minute. She went in and scored 2 layups in a row and got one-on-one. And that's something that you really don't want to happen, but you just saw it, and we need to stop it.
Bailey Weber had 5 first quarter points to lead the way for Central City. Of course, she'll continue to be a big key offensively and defensively for this Central City team. But it's also about the supporting cast. We saw Belle Whitson come in and have 4 points, and, of course, Avery Wise has that big three before the buzzer. So certainly all about that supporting cast as well. So Central City basketball to begin the second quarter as Dedeker throws it into Bailey Weber. Second quarter's underway. Weber over to Dedeker on the right wing. Back to Weber, top of the key. She's open. She'll take a straight-on three-pointer. That is good. Bailey Weber puts in a much-needed three. She's got 8 points. 23-19 is our score. Peck swings it over. Brady going baseline. Eden Brady with a little runner. No good, and Smith gets the rebound. If you're Central City, you'll take that shot. Certainly not an easy one for East Buck. Dedeker gives it over to Bailey Weber in the left wing. Stops, gives it short corner to Dedeker. Well, she'll take a jumper, and that is good. That's probably Lexi's, at least one of her favorite spots. She knocks it down.
Shot. That's definitely her money shot. She loves the corner.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. Now we've got a 2-point ball game here all of a sudden. Great little 5-0 run to start the second quarter for Central City.
Most definitely, that's something that you need.
So first timeout of the game is called by the Buccaneers. There's a 30-second timeout, 7:22 to go in the second quarter. East Buck leading, but just by a couple. It's 23-21. And Matt, what have you liked that you've seen out of Central City so far in the second quarter early on?
Just how they're hitting down every single shot they take. It's really awesome to see that. Especially just being set and being able to catch and shoot and making it. That's what you need.
Central City defense has been a little better as of late, I feel like, in this game. They had a little bit of a rough start, gave some open shots. They've also had active hands poking balls loose, and eventually it's going to roll your way. So out of the timeout, East Buchanan basketball. Lainey Hogan inbounds to Brady, and Avery L. Brady will bring it up for the Buccaneers.
Central City's in his zone.
Buccaneers going high post to Hogan. Now a swing pass left wing to Eden Brady. Top of the key to Avery L. Brady. Now right corner to Peck. She will drive in. A little floater off the glass is too strong. Rebound is loose, picked up near half court by Eden Brady. Avery L. Brady going baseline. Fake the triple. Swings it out to the corner to Peck. She's driving in. Down to 6 in the shot clock. Hogan over to Eden Brady. Left wing triple on the way. No, rebound is loose and picked up by Cook. It's a big rebound. Cook has it in the right wing. Now gives it over to Smith, just by the free throw line. Inside, short corner. Dedeker turns around. That's a tough shot. It's no good and rebounded by Brady. 23-21 East Buck. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. High post, Avery L. Brady kicks it out to Eden Brady on the right wing. She takes one dribble. Pull-up jumper. That is good. Eden Brady puts in the jumper. Her first basket. It's 25-21. Lucy Smith, give and go to Bailey Weber. Driving inside. Layup is good. Bailey Weber able to finish the layup, and Matt, she's already got double figures. She's got 10 points. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Elbow jumper is good. Avriel Brady having herself a nice game as well. She's got 6.
This is quite the game if you like scoring.
It has been going back and forth, 27-23. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. East Buck by 4. Passes tip, but goes through the legs and right back to Weber. She will put up a runner. No, didn't get the call either, and it goes back to the Bucks. Lainey Hogan bringing it up.
Really pushing the floor right here. She pulls up from 3, and she misses.
About 3 different Wildcats touched that rebound, but none of them could pull it in. Despite that, a turnover quickly ends this Buccaneer possession. Back to Central City. Avery Wise re-enters for Savannah Cook. And for the Buccaneers, it is Elsie Flexenar re-entering for Lainey Hogan. This time when Central City's got to go on a run here when the best player for the Buccaneers is on the bench. Weber uses the screen in the right wing. Dumps it down to Sloan Smith inside. Turns right away, puts it up, but it's no good. And rebounded by Eden Brady up ahead to Avriel Brady, looking to run in transition. Going inside, puts up a layup. No, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Bucks. Central City basketball, 5:09 to go in the second quarter. 27-23 is our score.
Really good by the Wildcats, just walling up right there when she was attacking really hard. That's something you want to do to create a charge call, but there was no call there, and it ended up being Wildcat ball.
We do have a timeout on the floor called by Coach Fear this time. Both teams have used a 30. Again, 27-23 is our score. And Matt, you touched on it. If you like offense, it's been the game for you. It's been back and forth, a lot of scoring, pulling up for threes, and a lot of good stuff so far tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I love how just they catch the ball and they're ready to shoot, and they've been making it. So, I mean, that's what you want to see.
Spoken like a true point guard.
Oh yeah.
Coming out of the timeout, East Buchanan on the floor first for Central City. It's going to be the Smith sisters on the floor with Wise, Dedeker, and Weber. Lainey Hogan still on the bench for East Buchanan. Wildcats within 4 here, which on paper you wouldn't expect them to be at this juncture of the game, but they've played a solid opening half so far. Still 5 minutes to go until the break. Smith will take a jumper from the elbow. That is good. Lucy Smith hits her second basket. She's got 4, and we've got a 2-point game. And Weber tips the pass and takes it away. Weber looking to run 2-on-2 here. She'll take it herself. Her layup is good, and we are tied. Weber's got a dozen, and it's 27 all. Buccaneers certainly weren't expecting this much of a challenge from Central City, but our girls will come out ready to play as a foul is called on the floor. And now Hogan is back into the game for East Buck, as that foul was called on Lucy Smith of Central City. That is her first. So far the fouls 5-1 as a 3-point jumper is made by the Buccaneers.
That was a 2.
Correction, thank you, Matt. 2-point jumper made by Avriel Brady. She's got 8. Smith has it high post, kicks it out to Weber. Now Wise tries to go inside to Smith, connects with her, puts it up, and she's fouled. Great freshman to freshman connection. Kind of a dangerous pass there, but got it in, and good job by Sloan Smith to go straight up.
Beautiful lob pass right over the defender. Hopefully she can knock these 2 in.
Second team foul. And Sloan will shoot 2, gets a nice roll off the front of the rim for the first, as that one is good, and she will shoot 1 more. 29-28 here. That foul was on Elsie Flexenar, her first. Team foul number 2. Smith, a 57% free throw shooter this year. And Matt, I've seen it in the games I've called. I'm sure you've seen it as well. Smith, one of the players that have made the biggest jumps this year, as that second free throw is no good.
Most definitely.
29-28, 1-point game here. Halfway through our second quarter. Hogan has it right wing into the corner to Brady. Eden Brady kicks it out to Avriel Brady, left wing. She'll take a 3-pointer. That one's no good. Whitson gets the rebound. Good job to get the rebound among the trees there with the taller players in front.
Most definitely. You love when you have a shorter player just playing like the biggest person out there.
Whitson gives it over to Weber. 3-pointer for the lead. No. Rebound. Poked around. Still a fight for. Out of bounds, but it was touched last by Sloan Smith. And we'll go back to East Buck as Macy Lupkus re-enters for Central City.
David, was that just me, or did it look like it went out on red? It looked
Well,
like red touched it last.
I'll tell you one thing. Sloan certainly thought that East Buck touched it last. I could tell by her facial expression, but Nonetheless, East Buchanan basketball. Short corner jumper is up, no good. Missed by Hellenthal. And now Lexi Hennick running the one for Central City. Nearly has it taken away, but gets it over to Weber through some contact. Weber pulling it out, has it left wing, swings it top of the key to Whitson. Now right wing, Wise has it, dumped down to Whitson. Good ball movement here as Whitson's layup is blocked. Stays with Central City, 18 on the shot clock. 3 minutes to go until the half. Lexi Hennick will throw it in, gets it into Bailey Weber, over to Whitson. She will take a three-pointer from the right wing, and that is good. Belle Whitson having one of her best games of the year. She's got 7, and Central City leads it 31-29. Hogan will take a straight-on 3 for East Buck, and she drains. That's a big response from the sophomore, as she's got 11. The Buccaneers back on top by 1, 32-31, 2.5 to go in the half. Weber uses a screen, stops for a jumper, misses off the side of the rim, gets her own rebound. She's double-teamed along the baseline, trying to throw it off a defender, but instead is taken away by Brady. Brady over to Avriel. Brady for a triple on the right wing. No, but no box out on the backside, I should say. Hogan's 3 is no good, but another rebound by the Buccaneers. Brady going inside, her layup is no good. Another Buccaneer rebound, and that time it is true for Grace Long. And Matt, that can't happen. About 4 chances in that possession.
Wildcats really need a rebound right here.
They get it up ahead to Avery Wise. She thought about a 3, now will take the 3 after a misdirection move, but can't get it to go.
Ooh, just short.
But if you're Wise, that's one you have to take. She's a great shooter, and she got it a good look as a foul was called on Central City, the team's 6th. Will be 4 out and 4 in for Central City here.
Everyone's going out except Bailey Weber leading the team.
The Smiths alongside Cook and Dedeker will stay on the floor, or will come onto the floor, excuse me, as that foul was called on Macy Lupkus, her 2nd. Laney Hogan walking it up for East Buck, 6-2 in the foul game, and more fouls on Central City as there's a 3-pointer from the corner for Peck, but she misses it just off the mark, but Hogan tracks down the offensive rebound. You know what they say, long shots, long rebound. We've seen that here. Hogan dumps it down to Brady, swing pass to Peck, goes inside. Layup no for the Buccaneers. Hellenthal missed it. Now Bailey Weber gonna run, has a little space, puts it up. Great take by Weber. A little disappointed in herself, it looks like. Wanted to make the layup, but that was a tough move, and she will get 2 free throws. On the year, Bailey Weber, a 64% free throw shooter. Fouls on Eden Brady, her first, team's 3rd. Weber makes the first. She's got 13. 34-32 our score. 1:18 to go until the half. Second free throw from Weber. That one is good as well as she makes both. That's 14 first half points for Bailey Weber.
It's only a 1-point game now with only 1:15 to go in the last quarter of the first half.
3-pointer on the way from Brady, no good. The Smiths fight each other for the rebound almost, but Lucy gives way to Sloan, and she gives it up to Cook. High post, Lucy dumps down to Sloan Smith. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled. Little sister-to-sister connection there. You've got the sibling connection going on, as you guys always know what you're thinking about, you and Aiden on the floor.
Oh, yeah, just 2 spins into a shot that was fouled. Hopefully she can knock both these down.
So Sloan Smith will shoot 2 for Central City. That was East Buck's 4th foul as a team. First one is up and just a touch short off front of the rim. That foul was on Avriel Brady, and that is her first, as Smith will shoot 1 more. Second free throw from Smith is too strong off the back iron. Can't make either of them, and Brady pulls in the rebound. Under a minute to go until the break. Buccaneer basketball leading 34-33. Hogan swings it over to Brady. Thought about going baseline, now brings it out. Hogan top of the key, fakes the 3-pointer, driving in, little floater from the paint, and that is good. And Laney Hogan continues her nice first half. She's got 13 points. Bailey Weber bringing it up for Central City, but a half-second difference between shot and game clock. Cook, runner, inside, no. Great box out from Peck, and Smith couldn't get through it. And they are going to call a foul on Peck.
Oh, wow. She was really just boxing out.
Of course, we are on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page, but I will say, I'm not so sure that was a foul. But we'll take it. That is Peck's first, team foul number 5. 6 fouls for Central City, 5 for East Buck. Shot clock is off, 24 seconds until the break. Dedeker will inbound from the baseline for Central City. Gets it into Wise in the corner. She'll take a left corner 3. No, rebound by Hellenthal. And the Buccaneers can hold for 1. Hogan walking it up. Hogan has it tipped, gets it over to Brady in the corner. Back to Hogan, top of the key. Left wing to Avriel Brady. Peck driving baseline. Throws a lob for Hellenthal. 4 seconds. Hellenthal throws one up there. No. Rebound picked up by Lucy Smith. And that will do it for a much more competitive than expected on paper first half. Wildcats played some really good basketball in the first 16. And halfway through, it's just a 3-point game. East Buck on top of Central City by a score of 36-33. Now, what are some things you liked from Central City in that first half to keep them within 3 points here at the break?
Definitely how they were just able to hit like all the shots they took and hit their free throws. It was really awesome to see because 33 points in a half is quite a lot, I'm going to be honest. So,
I mean, they only average 39, nearly 40 points a game, and that's for a whole game. They are at 33, and they're only halfway through this one, so certainly playing better offense than they have been on the year. And that's always good to see. Here are some scoring numbers. There was a lot of different Wildcats getting it done in the first half. Bailey Weber had a great first half, 14 points for her. That led all scorers. Belle Whitson had 7, only averages 2 a game. She's been a big boost for Central City so far tonight. Also 4 points from both Lucy Smith and Lexi Dedeker, and a triple added at the first quarter horn by Avery Wise. For East Buchanan, Lainey Hogan led the way. She had 13 points. She averages nearly 17 a night. Avriel Brady put in 8 points for East Buck. Also had 6 from Creighton Peck. All of those came early on in the first quarter, a couple of triples. Grace Long had 4, 2 from Jaden Hellenthal, and 1 point from Elsie Flexinar. Not really any foul trouble to speak of except for Macy Lupkus. She has 2 for Central City. Nobody else has more than 1 for either side. So, Matt, what are some keys that coming into the second half that you think we're going to have to keep your eye on for Central City?
Definitely just playing that slow, good pace that they've been doing. I think they did that really well in the second quarter. I mean, just making those turnovers, instead of having a turnover, just making it into a good shot. And you make the shot, and then you get points.
They did seem to do a lot better against that press, and the Bucks actually had to pull off their press a little bit there in that second quarter because they just weren't getting as much out of it. Here at the break, we will give a shout-out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. Heartland Bank, we're here for you. Certainly can't thank Heartland Bank enough for all their support. Without their support, couldn't provide you with broadcasts all throughout the year. I was able to go to all 10 football games this year. And, Matt, you and the boys gave me some awesome stuff to announce.
Oh, yeah. 8-2 is something that not every team gets to have as a record.
Not just 8-2, but 2 losses were to the 4th-ranked team in the state and the 2nd-ranked team in the state. And not everybody, but a lot of people coming back next year.
Oh, yeah, it'll be really exciting. I can't wait.
You guys got some high expectations next year?
Oh, yeah, making it to the Dome. That's our expectations.
2 years ago, pretty much anybody would have called you crazy if you said that, but I knew coming into this year, you guys lost hardly anything at all, especially in skill positions, and with you and your brother Aiden, Jaden running the quarterback position, and so many great defensive players. Yeah, you guys got a legit shot. I'm excited to see it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So, again, David Warrington here with Matthew Klosterman on the call here tonight. 36-33 is our halftime score. 6:45 to go on the clock until we play second half basketball here from Central City. While we've got some time, talked about the girls' games around the conference before the game tipped off. Let's take a look at the boys' games tonight. It is girls only here tonight. That's why Matthew is allowed to join me here. Doesn't have a game to get prepped for in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So last night around the conference, first off, a big Central City win in the Battle of the Wildcats. They all of a sudden had to switch plans. They went to Delhi, and they won 51-46. What was that like for you guys, Matt? First of all, finding out maybe 2 hours before bus time that you weren't staying home, and then despite that, going and beating a good Maquoketa Valley team.
You know, it was just kind of a bummer because warming up before going there, it wasn't really that cold in here. But I knew that, like, the day before when I was in here, it was super cold. But for it to warm up just before the game, it kind of sucked that we had to go there. But, you know, it all ended up well because we went there, we won, and now we're going to beat them at home.
So big win for Central City over Maquoketa Valley on Tuesday. Other games in the west side. Starmont went to North Lynn. And, Matt, have you seen this score yet?
Oh, shoot. It was like 90. No, it was 111 to 12.
You got it right on the money,
Yeah.
111 to 12. So you guys may have had a rough one against North Lynn, but, hey, at least you didn't get beat by that. And then over at East Buck, the Buccaneers hosted Albernet. It was a Pirate win, 72-36. And Springville went to Edco, and I was moderately surprised by this one. The Orioles took care of the Vikings 69-58. As our Central City girls retake the floor. Go ahead, Matt.
I was talking to the Springville head coach because he actually works at our school, and he said that they were actually down 13 going into halftime to Edco. They must have flipped the switch or something.
I mean, that's not a very good Edco team on paper looking at some scores. But they came here to Central City, and they gave you guys a little more close of a game than you would have liked. It was certainly still a blowout, but they showed they can play tough. And I was a little bit surprised by that, but it is interesting to hear that they had the big deficit for Springville going into the half, and they turned it around.
Most definitely. I mean, when they played us, they were missing a couple kids too, and they still turned it on really well. I think they just come in with a great game plan because their coaches, they know what to do.
They do have a 12th-year head coach, which certainly helps. Games on Tuesday in the east side of the conference. Lisbon went to Midland and won 55-43. Prince of Peace hosted North Cedar and got the win 62-40. And Easton Valley went to Marquette Catholic, where Marquette won it 60-44. And non-conference action, Calamus-Wheatland hosted Wilton, but Wilton got the win 77-52. Are a handful of non-conference games for the boys tonight. Albernet is at Dyersville-Beckman. Springville is hosting Cedar Valley Christian, formerly a member of the Tri-Rivers East. And final game, Lisbon is at Iowa City Regina. And then on Friday, we touched on a little bit, but it's the East versus West games. And one of the better ones should be here in Central City as Easton Valley comes to town. That was a big-time football matchup back in the fall. It was a top 10 matchup, and certainly Wildcats looking for some revenge from that football game where they fell to the Riverhawks. They've got some good players. They also lost a lot from some previous teams. Probably the biggest threat is going to be Carson Fegan. I believe he wears number 10 if you're looking at your scout.
Yep, he does.
Any thoughts you have coming into that game tomorrow night?
On defense, they run a 1-3-1, and we have ran that in practice, and we've played against it. So I think we're going to be super ready. I think we're going to be able to shoot the lights out because a 1-3 run really gives open shooters looks. And then with Mackay Benton having such a great performance against Maquoketa Valley, I think that will transfer over. And just everyone else just transferring over from that Maquoketa Valley game, I think we'll be able to do great.
And Mackay was on pace for a 42-point game at the half the other night. Ended up with 28. Really nice performance from him.
Didn't he have 22 going into the half?
I believe it was 21, but
21.
certainly somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, he was not missing.
No, he did not miss in that first half.
Bank shot after bank shot.
Yeah, you're right. 3 bank shots. Like, I think he had a bank 3, a bank jumper, a normal jumper, and then another bank jumper. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I was in foul trouble for a little bit.
Yep, you got 2 in the first. That's right.
I got to witness it off the bench.
So here are the conference standings for the boys, and it is perfectly even in terms of wins and losses. Starmont 0-7. Edgewood Colesburg is 1-6, Springville 2-5, East Buck is 3-4, Mac Valley 4-3, Central City 5-2, Albernet 6-1, and that 7-0 is North Lynn. And you guys third place in a conference that very realistically could have 2 teams in Des Moines. It's not really a controversial statement at all. They're really good Albernet and North Lynn teams this year. Is that something you guys have been priding yourself on, trying to stay in that third position?
Oh, most definitely. Just like you check them on BC Moore, and both of them are top 10 ranked teams. They're really good teams. I just feel like, yeah, I feel like we could pull one off against Albernet at home.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. I think I'm scheduled to have the call for that one. And, yeah, that should be a big-time matchup. Hopefully a great crowd on hand. And Alburnett, I know from my playing days, one of the toughest gyms to play in is an older gym, kind of more old school feel to it, and that student section always has something to say to try to get in your head.
Oh, yeah, it's really loud. Yeah, that last game we had at Alburnett, okay, it's too funny. That's why I'm laughing, but they actually had sweatshirts with pictures of like me and my mom and like Makai and his mom, and they had it on sweatshirts.
You've got to be kidding me.
No. That's
unbelievable.
Section.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, props to them.
Yeah.
That is some good, harmless fun and get in your head. I love it, honestly. That's really funny. All right, second half about set to get underway. No sweatshirts with anybody's parents on them here tonight, but do have second half basketball about to go. For Central City, it'll be the Smiths with Dedeker, Weber, and Cook. For East Buck, it is the starters, the Bradys with Peck, Hogan, and Long. Inbounds pass goes to Hogan, and we are underway here for the third quarter. 36-33 the lead for East Buck. Brady going inside, swings it over to Peck in the left corner. Skip past right wing to Eden Brady. Short corner jumper on the way from Avriel Brady. Leaves it short off side of the rim, but it's rebounded by Eden Brady. That's one of the biggest struggles for the Wildcats so far. Got to clean up the offensive rebounds they're allowing. Avriel Brady goes inside, and her layup is good. So the Buccaneers strike first in the second half, and Avriel Brady's in double figures with 10. Got a full court press in effect. Sloan Smith drops it, but gets it back. And now it's taken away from behind, and we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Central City.
Right there, Smith just has to pick it up and just wait, because that ended up in the jump ball, but it could have not ended up with a jump ball.
Well, they say find a guard. I was always told find a guard. And that's probably what she should have done there, but ends up with Central City at least keeping possession. Weber has it in the right wing for Central City. Top of the key to Dedeker. Takes a long two, a step inside the line, and knocks it down from straight on.
Those long twos, that's her shot.
She does love the long two. She hasn't hit a three all year, but she really loves hitting those long two-point shots. 38-35 our score. Hogan, a right wing triple. That rattles out. No good. Rebounded by Dedeker. Dedeker in some trouble in the backcourt. Chucks it into the front court. Gets it over to Weber. Weber will pull up just outside of the paint. Off the backboard, no, and rebounded by Brady. 38-35 our score here. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. East Buchanan up by 3. Into the corner, now going inside. Avriel Brady turns, puts one up off the glass. That is good. Avriel Brady has 12. 40-35 is our score. Weber trying to break this press and gets into the front court. Goes over to Cook. She'll take a jumper from inside the line, but it's no good, and rebounded by Hogan. Hogan goes up ahead to Eden Brady. Dumps one down to Long. She'll fall away. That's no good, and rebound picked up by Dedeker. Dedeker in trouble in the backcourt now. Loses her dribble, finds Smith. Now a little dump back pass to Sloan Smith. Her jumper's no good, and the rebound is going to be secured by Brady.
The shots by Central City have just been a little off.
Buccaneers have it in the front court. Short corner jumper from Eden Brady is good. That's 4 points for Eden Brady, and it's a 7-point game, 42-35. Kind of a dangerous point for Central City. They got to get some baskets to keep this one close. Smith will take a free throw line jumper. That's a big bucket for the freshman, and Sloan Smith is on the board with her first basket. Hogan kicks it out. Peck fakes the three. Tries to throw a lob pass, but overshot that one. And it is a turnover. As we've got 4 in and 4 out, I would assume Weber would be the one to stay. She is, joined by Wise, Lupkus, Whitson, and Hennick.
Don't know where she was throwing that ball. That one went into the stands. Just a little too high.
Going for that lob pass, certainly want to throw it high when you've got the taller player, but overdid it just a touch on that one. Whitson high post over to Hennick. She'll take a long two, kind of awkward falling away. No good. And probably not a shot that Central City wanted there. Would you agree, Matt?
Most definitely. I think that was just a shot that when she caught it, she wasn't balanced.
And that is kind of part of what the press is looking for. You want the turnovers, but you also take the quick off-balance shots.
Definitely.
43-37 our score. 4.5 to go in the third. Weber trying for the steal, nearly picked it up but could not. Dump down pass to Long, and her layup is good.
East Buck, that was just amazing ball movement by them. Got a wide open layup.
I mean, that's how you teach it right there. Almost everybody touched it, and now Whitson travels on the other end. And it will go back to East Buchanan. 45-37 is our score. Buccaneers by 8. As Avriel Brady will bring it up for East Buck. High post to Hogan. Going to work in the paint. Lupkus hits the deck and a foul's called, a block. And it will be 2 free throws for Hogan. Looks like they got Lupkus for her third. That is Central City's first of the half.
Yeah, Lainey Hogan really knows how to work that high post. I mean, she catches it, turns to the basket, and then she makes a play from there, which is really amazing from her.
Hogan with 13 points so far. Her first free throw rattles out, no good. As I mentioned a couple of times, Hogan, the second leading scorer in the conference, averages nearly 17 points per night, and is a 71% free throw shooter. Second one from Hogan is perfect. She makes 1 of 2 on this trip, and she's got 14 points.
Lexi Hennick on the other side was wide open. Nobody was guarding her.
She will take a wide open corner 3 and drains it. Lexi Hennick knocks down the 3, her first basket. The last one she took was off balance. That one was perfectly set. She was ready to shoot and knocks it down.
Yeah, those are the type of shots you want to take. And Bailey Weber with the steal, and she is taking it the other way. She slows it up, passes it to Lexi Hennick for another shot, and she gets fouled on the three-pointer.
Hennick will shoot 3 free throws. She can get this to as close as a 2-point game.
Most definitely not something you want to do, is foul somebody on the three-point line.
Matt, you were trying the play-by-play there. Want to take it over for the quarter?
I mean, I don't know if I know all the East Buck names, so.
All right. The foul was on Lainey Hogan, her first. Hennick missed the first. Can't get the second either. She will get one more. A couple of subs here. As Cook as well as Diedeker will sub in, but we do have a timeout on the floor called by East Buck, a 30-second timeout. Their second and final 30-second timeout. 45-40 is our score. East Buchanan on top by 5. During the timeout, we'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. So Lexi Hennick will shoot 1 free throw out of the timeout, missed the first 2. On the year, she is a 33% free throw shooter. As now Lexi Diedeker is into the game. Savannah Cook is at the scorer's table waiting to get Lexi Hennick when she has her next opportunity. Hennick's second free throw, or third free throw, excuse me. That one's no good, and it's rebounded by the Buccaneers.
Steals it.
Taken away by Lexi Hennick, but her shot was no good there. Brady has it for East Buchanan, swings it over to Hellenthal. High post to Hogan, dumped down, is poked away, but picked up by Long, given back to Hellenthal. And Weber pokes it, but is picked up by Brady. Brady driving inside, layup, yes, and the foul. That's a big 3-point play there for Avriel Brady. She will shoot 1. Savannah Cook back into the game for Central City, replacing Lexi Hennick. For East Buck, it is Creighton Peck in for Jaden Hellenthal. Also have Eden Brady re-entering. She will replace Elsie Flexenar. And that last foul was on Lexi Diedeker, her first. Brady makes the free throw, completes the 3-point play. That's 15 points on the night for her. Wise has it right wing, top of the key to Diedeker. Whitson going inside, has it poked in the paint. Diving effort from Cook keeps it alive. Now she's in trouble, though. Buccaneers everywhere, and that forces a timeout to be called by Coach Fear. I believe I heard a 30-second timeout is what was called. Both teams have used both of their 30s. 3:06 to play in the third quarter. It's East Buck 48 and Central City 40.
Yeah, I'll take over at the 2-minute mark, David.
All
I'll try
right.
to do that.
Awesome.
I'll be excited. I'm excited.
You got it.
Yeah.
This is Matthew's first on-air experience here tonight. It's a girls-only game, so he had the opportunity, and happy to have him join me here. I started my play-by-play back when I was in high school. Matt's been the analyst so far tonight, but he said 2 minutes he'll take over. All right, good deal.
I'm excited, happy to be here. It's been a really great game.
It has. A better game than I'm sure the websites or the stats would have implicated it would be, but it's been a lot of fun, and our girls are sticking around here. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wise will think about a three over to Whitson for a long two. No good. Was about halfway down and rattles out, and it's rebounded by the Buccaneers. Hogan bringing it up. Goes short corner. Brady driving in. Partially tipped. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out. Peck will take a three-pointer. No. Rebound goes to Whitson. Whitson looking to run it for Central City. Bounce pass goes to Weber. Gets past the defender. Thought about a step-back three. Instead goes inside to Whitson. Now Weber will take a left-wing triple. No. Rebound is loose. Anybody's ball. Wise tracks it down. Gets it into Dedeker. Inside. Cook going to work, and she's fouled on the floor. Savannah Cook is fouled. Was not a shooting foul. Was on the floor. That is team foul number 2 on East Buchanan, as both Smiths are back into the game, replacing Whitson and Cook. That foul was called on Grace Long. That is her second. Weber will inbound. Throws it away, unfortunately, as Wise tracks it down in the backcourt, but that is legal. But that one is taken away by Brady. Her layup is good, and the Buccaneers extend their lead. It is a 10-point game, 50-40, as Eden Brady gets the basket to go. She's got 6 points. Weber with the basketball for Central City.
Really just setting something up. Yeah.
2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Inside pass to Smith. Her layup is up and got it to go. And Sloan Smith has her second basket.
Hogan bringing the ball up as the East Buccaneers are getting set up. Passes over to Pearson. Back over to Brady from the three-point line. Post up. And the layup is missed with Sloan Smith with the rebound. Passes it to Wise. She's bringing the ball up. Passes over to Dedeker. Passes back to Wise. Into Smith. Layup is no good. Blocked by Brady. Hogan bringing the ball up slowly. She attacks. Passes out to Brady. Brady with the three-point shot. That is just short. Rebound. Weber taking it down for the layup. And she is good. Nice layup.
Weber having herself a nice game here at 16 points for the junior. That's better than her scoring average of nearly 15.
Hogan bringing the ball back up. Trying to make a play. Pump fakes. Pass out to Brady. In the post. Pass out to Hogan. She shoots a three. And it is in. Great set shot by her.
Hogan really playing a nice game with that three-pointer.
Oh,
she's got 17 points.
Great game. Ball passed up all the way to Lucy Smith. She drives in, passes out to Weber. She pump fakes. Pass out to Avery. She dribbling around. Weber with the ball at the top. Smith at the top, dribbling at the top. She gets fouled. Fouled by number 34, Eden Brady.
That is her second, team foul number 3. Shot clock is off here.
Bailey Weber inbounding the ball.
53-44 our score, 15 seconds to go in the quarter.
She passes it, gets passed back to Bailey with the ball. Just waiting to take that last shot. She picks up a dribble, passes to Avery Wise. Dribbles, drives, kicks it out to Lexi Dedeker with the shot. It is long. 2 East Buck girls fall on the ground.
Everybody hitting the floor there.
And it goes out of bounds. East Buck ball. They'll be able to have a shot with 1 second to go in the third quarter.
Hogan telling everybody to get down the floor.
Oh, yeah. She's going to throw. Oh, actually, it's the white ball.
Oh, the Buccaneer parents are not happy.
So it'll be white ball. Bailey Weber, half court, shoots it, and wow, I thought she was fouled right there, David.
She definitely took some contact.
Took some contact, but That three was no good.
I feel like they're probably less inclined to call the foul there right at the end of the quarter, but still,
Especially-
I thought she took some contact as well.
Yeah, I'm used to that. Like, they never call a foul on the last shot. They don't like to do that. I don't know.
Played 3 here in Central City. Wildcats trail the Buccaneers by a score of 53-44. Bailey Weber leading the way for the Wildcats. She has 16. Lainey Hogan has a game-high 17 for East Buck. Wildcats trail by 9 as we enter the final quarter of play.
Yeah, they already surpassed their average points per game, which is awesome.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They average just under 40 points a game. They got 44 here. And we've still got another 8 minutes of basketball to go. First horn sounds about 15 seconds away from playing fourth quarter basketball. I feel like Central City East Buchanan is almost always a close matchup. Same as Central City Mac Valley on the boys' side. It always seems to be tight.
Definitely.
There'll be East Buchanan basketball to begin the fourth quarter. They've got the Bradys with Hogan, Peck, and Hellenthal. Wildcats going with the Smiths, Dedeker, alongside Weber and Cook.
Coach Fear is drawing something up. He put away his clipboard. You know, he's planning something.
Buccaneers with the basketball. Avriel Brady gives it over to Eden Brady on the right wing. Swing pass. Peck has it left wing, driving inside. They're going to call a foul. Not sure where it was. I didn't see too much contact on that play, but it will be called. Central City's third as a team. And it will go on Dedeker, her second.
She must have gotten pushed or something there.
Baseline out of bounds, nearly turned over. Brady gets it out of there to Hogan. She'll reset. Avriel Brady has it in the left corner. Top of the key to Hogan. Brady will take a left wing triple, and she splashes it home.
Great set shot by her, most definitely.
And she's now got a game-high 18 points. And I feel like she's done it quietly. She hasn't had a real explosive night, just really doing good work and doing it at her own pace. Brady tries to get it to Smith. Picked up. Now Dedeker driving inside. Kicks it out to Weber left wing. One-on-one with Hogan. Now tries to go inside. Poked from behind, but they're going to get Eden Brady for a foul. That will be her third and team's fourth.
Yeah, she was just trying to reach over Smith's back for the ball, but ended up fouling her.
We do have a sub here before the ball is inbounded as Jaden Hellenthal back into the game replaces Eden Brady, who again just picked up her third foul. Dedeker with the basketball, runs all over the place, finds a lane, gets to the hoop and lays it in.
Yeah, looking at the East Buck bench, they only have 2 people without a warm-up on. So they're in a 7-girl rotation.
Three-pointer on the way from Hogan is no good from the corner. Lucy Smith fighting for the rebound, and they're going to get Avriel Brady for the foul. That is East Buck's fifth. And on Brady, that is her second.
Oh, yeah, she does not look happy about that one.
And to your point, Matt, they have only gone 7 deep. Wildcats have gone 9 deep, despite East Buck having a much larger roster. There's probably 8 girls sitting over there that have a shooting shirt on. Cook gives it over to Weber on the right wing. 6.5 to play, 56-46 East Buck. Smith has the top of the key. That is Lucy driving inside. Gives it Dedeker short corner. Dedeker stops, gives it over to Weber on the left wing. Bobbled it, now steps and gives it over to Dedeker on the left wing.
10 seconds left in the shot clock.
Weber
at the top.
Contested 3 and it misses everything. Kind of getting to the point where you have to shoot something up there, and had a really good contest from the Bucks.
Really just looked like the Wildcats just couldn't find a good shot, and that shot clock was taken down, which is one of those things that this year that is new and implemented that coaches need to figure out what to do about, because you need to get a shot in 35 seconds or else turnover.
This is the first year of the 35-second shot clock in the state of Iowa, as Brady is no good in the layup. Poked out of bounds by the Wildcats, stays with East Buck. And will reset the shot clock. Have you really felt a big difference in your play this year, Matt?
With the shot clock?
With the shot clock, yep.
I feel like it doesn't really affect you that much until you get to the end of the game.
Hennick with the rebound for Central City.
Where you got to have good possessions, and that's when it can really affect you.
Whitson has the top of the key. I played 1 high school game with a shot clock. Went over to Cedar Rapids Kennedy for a shootout event. as Hennick takes a straight-on triple, no good. Rebound Brady. Same event you guys are going to, in fact, except they now hosted a co-college WFA shootout.
Oh yeah, that's always fun. We played there last year and ended up winning over Columbus. It was like 74 to 50. Really fun experience.
Corner three from Peck, that is no good. Lupkus gets the rebound. Did not have the positioning, but uses those long arms to grab it.
Oh yeah, she's about like 5'11". She really can grab anything.
Very athletic as well. Really a nice player for these Wildcats and their outstanding freshman class.
Definitely. And a stud in volleyball.
Poked away and taken away by the Buccaneers. Transition layup, no, but the putback is also no good. Now it's still loose, picked up by the Bucks. Another missed layup. Hellenthal can't get it to go, but we do have a foul. And it will be free throws, I believe, for East Buchanan.
Definitely something that I noticed in this East Buck team against us, at least, is they missed a lot of layups, and I think this is why this game might be closer than as expected.
It's a great point. They certainly haven't connected on as many inside shots as they might wish to do, as Hellenthal makes the first. First free throw of the year for Hellenthal, in fact, was 0% coming in. I mentioned this is just the third game of the season she's played. She's had a nice role for the Bucks. I'm wondering if she had some sort of injury that kept her out of play for a while as she makes the second. 4 points for Hellenthal. It is 57. And they just put the points for the wrong team, so I'm not sure what the score is right now, in fact. About a 10-point lead, give or take. Inside to Lupkus, kicks it out to Wise, left wing. Whitson working inside.
A lot of contact on that.
Took some contact inside, no call. Peck open on the other end. Her layup is no good, but she was called for a traveling violation first. Either way, it goes back to Central City.
Most definitely something that she just could have made, but she threw it up there instead of just taking a dribble and then doing an easy layup.
Peck is just a freshman starting for this East Buchanan team. You were there last year, certainly some freshman growing pains, learning the varsity level, but yeah, that's what you probably could have just taken up and made the shot right away.
Yeah.
They've now changed the score. It is 58 to 46. 12-point lead for the Buccaneers. 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game, and Smith will kind of fall away for a little bit of an awkward shot. Couldn't get it. Now we got a potential jump ball situation. That is the call. Possession arrow favors Central City.
Yeah, those shots that we were taking in the first half aren't really as fallen as much as they are now.
I would agree. Wildcats had 33 points at the half. There's 46 points at the moment, so 13 second-half points so far. Now I've got a timeout, an official's timeout, as Vaughn, the scoreboard operator here, has some questions, and now looks like we'll be good to go. And we do have a called timeout by Coach Fear as well. This will be a 60-second timeout. 4:23 to go in the game. 58-46 is our score. East Buchanan on top of Central City. Do have a quick chance here. We'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats.
Go Cats.
So, Matt, we mentioned a little bit there, playing at the Wells Fargo Advisors Shootout. That is the 14th, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday at Co-College in Cedar Rapids. That'll be a noon tip-off against a very good Dunkerton team, a team that you guys hosted here in Central City last year. That's going to be a tough one. You guys got any expectations for that one?
Really, we're just taking it game by game, so we just keep on getting our wins, and that game, it'll be a really tough game because we're playing Dunkerton, and they're a good team.
When I was a senior, they had a couple of just stud freshmen that you knew were going to be problems down the road. Gillespie was one of the kids' name, and I can't remember the point guard's name, but he is out.
Casey Gardner.
You're exactly right. Casey Gardner. They were both really good freshmen. Now they're absolute studs as seniors. And, yeah, we won that game, but it was closer than we would have liked because there's a turnover back to East Buchanan out of the timeout. Brady's layup is no good, rebounded by Hogan. You knew they were set for something awesome coming up in the coming years. And now we got a shot clock problem. It reset, and it should have. Or should not have, excuse me. But, yeah, this Dunkerton is a kind of senior-heavy team you guys have coming up, and the seniors are really good. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Casey Gardner guy, he has, like, the most assists in the state as of right now. Like, averaging, like, 8 or something a lot. Really just a stud. I played with him this fall. It was fun. It was really fun.
East Buchanan ball out of the officials' timeout. Hellenthal has it in the corner. Swings it over to Hogan. Now left wing to Brady. Avriel Brady going inside. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Hogan loses in the paint.
Oh.
Picked up by Dedeker. A baseball pass, but it's intercepted. Taken away by Hellenthal. Hogan has it left wing. They're leaving her open, but they don't want that shot at the moment.
Call her Sauce Gardner the way she just intercepted that pass.
Inside. Long goes up. No good. And that will be 2 shots after the foul.
Man, she really just tried to baby Smith and ended up getting the foul.
Speaking of Sauce Gardner, I keep seeing that video of him in a cheesehead after going to Lambeau and winning that game. I'm a Packers fan. And
Oh, yeah.
man, that was tough. He's a really, really good player for the New York Jets.
Most definitely. Jets are a really good team.
First free throw is good from Long. She's got 7. They've kind of got the Iowa Hawkeye problem. If they had a competent offense, they'd be really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, starting that freshman up for the bowl game, that was fun to see him play because he'll be the starter next year.
Second free throw is good from Long. She makes both. It's 60-46. 3.5 minutes to play in the game. Dedeker gives it over to Weber. She's driving inside. Little layup, or a floater, I should say, from the paint. No, took an unlucky bounce. Rebounded by Avriel Brady. Laney Hogan now picking up the pace, stops in the paint, puts it up, and that is good.
Nobody stopped her on that drive right there. She really just took it and took a little floater.
I remember from my playing days, McGov would always be yelling, stop the ball, get the ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what you want to do, or else they're going to go all the way, which she just did.
Exactly right. He knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about. He's exactly right, and didn't happen that time, which is why Hogan was able to get that basket. Got a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes to play in the game, 62-46. East Buck finally pulling away here from Central City, but this has been an impressive effort. The Wildcats certainly shouldn't be disappointed in themselves by any means. Certainly some things you can take and clean up, but they have played a tough game. They should not be disappointed. During this timeout, we'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank.
Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank, and when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports.
And Heartland Bank, of course, one of our great supporters, our only supporter, in fact. They're our sole sponsor of these broadcasts. And so certainly want to give a big shout out to them for making these broadcasts possible. By the way, that game in Cedar Rapids at Coe College coming up at the 14th of this coming month. I do plan on being there and having the call right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. So look out for that. If you can't make it out to the Coe College gym, home of the Cohawks, I will also plan to be there as well. Inbounds pass goes to Avery Wise out of the timeout. Central City basketball. Wise now has the top of the key, swings it over to Dedeker on the left wing. High post to Whitson, turns, now dribbling out. Swings it over left wing. Avery Wise gives it to Weber in the corner. Wide open triple for Weber, but she can't get it to go. And it's rebounded by Long.
It was just short. Wide open.
Surprised she was so open, in fact. She was wide open on that one, which she usually is not. Hogan going inside. Great take, but it was partially blocked. She thought she was fouled, but no call. And Smith rebounds, gives it over to Wise. Crossing the timeline into the front court. 2.5 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, she really does have a filthy crossover. I mean, that's what she usually get in there, but she just couldn't finish.
Whitson off the mark on the jumper. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. Laney Hogan jogging it up. Guarded by Wise. Sophomore and freshman here. Now Wise over to the much taller Avriel Brady on the switch. Now to Eden Brady going inside. Takes 2 big steps. Layup no. Long with the rebound and the follow. And that basket is good for Grace Long. She's got 10. Only averaged about 3 a game. She's having a nice night.
Stolen by Hogan.
Hogan
Wow.
takes it away. Great move to the hoop. Not much Weber could do there. Really nice move from Hogan. She's got 21 points. Whitson has the top of the key over to Wise for a right wing 3 and gets the bank to go.
Bank is open.
I'm sure that's exactly what she was planning on. At least that'll be the story after the game.
Oh, yeah.
Second 3 of the night for Wise. She's got 6. Hogan inside. Layup left it short. Kind of short-armed that one.
Using that filthy crossover, she just couldn't finish. Bailey Weber the other way and gets fouled.
It's a good take by Weber. It's what she needs to do when she has the basketball. Be aggressive. She's leading scorer on this team, and earns a couple of free throws.
Most definitely. I mean, there's only 1:17 left. You got to put it your all out.
Foul was called on Eden Brady, and that is her 4th. As Bailey Weber will shoot 2. Weber with 16 points so far on the night. Gets the first. Now she's got 17. As Lucy Smith and Lexi Hennick re-enter the game. Belle Whitson and Sloan Smith go to the bench for the Wildcats. 1:17 to play in the 4th. 66-50 East Buck is our score. Weber shooting her 2nd free throw. That one on the way, and that one is perfect. Weber makes both, give her 18 on the night. As Brady brings it up for East Buchanan, 66-51 is our score. Brady has it left wing. A little over a minute to play as Brady drives in, lays it up, good take. Unlucky roll that time, but gets her own rebound. Now it's loose, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. We'll stay with East Buck. Will be a baseline out of bounds for East Buck. Both teams now have 6 fouls. That one was on Lexi Dedeker, her 3rd. Inbounds pass goes to Hellenthal, now over to Brady. Avriel Brady gets a wide open triple off the inbounds play. No, but rebounded by Hellenthal. Hogan has it right wing. Hennick playing some stifling defense there. Hogan drives in, dump down to Long. Her layup is good. Really nice. Go ahead, Matt.
That's what she does. I mean, she drives and then she passes out to the person on the other block. You just got to be ready for that.
Dedeker, really nice layup there. Goes through some contact and finishes tough inside. She's got 10. Nice game from the freshman. Shot clock is off here. Hogan nearly loses it. Kicks it out. Avriel Brady over to Eden Brady. She will take a triple. No off the back iron. Out of bounds. Last touch by Long. 19 seconds. Wildcats aren't going to win this one, but they certainly have to be happy with staying competitive. The Buccaneers didn't get their bench in. No JV minutes. There's certainly a lot they can take away from this one. Wise has it left wing. High post. Weber take a jumper from the paint. No off the back iron. Rebound by Brady. She can just hold it out. Gives to Lainey Hogan. We'll see if they do hold it out. 5 seconds to play in the game. As Hogan gives it to Avriel Brady in the front court. That is going to do it. Final score here from Central City. East Buchanan 68 and Central City 53. The Wildcats hang tough and give the Buccaneers a good matchup, but it is in the end a victory for East Buchanan. They improved to 7-3, 5-3 in the Tri-Rivers West. Wildcats fall to 2-10, 1-7 in the Tri-Rivers West. And Matt, what are some of your takeaways from this game for Central City and East Buck?
It was just a really fun, great game to watch. I mean, the Wildcats at the beginning, they got sped up, but then they got their ground. And coming out that second half, they looked really good too, but then sort of just lost it going forward. And at the end, that's ultimately why they lost. But I think they played amazing.
I think this is a game where Central City can kind of take stock of their situation and realize they are doing the right things. They're on the right path. They just got to get older, quite frankly. Need some more experience, kind of like you guys back when you were in 8th grade, weren't quite at varsity level yet, and then last year as a freshman, you guys just had to get older, and you've done it. Now you're playing really well. You might be on kind of that similar path.
Exactly.
So for East Buchanan, here's some final numbers. Lainey Hogan led all scorers with 21 points. Avriel Brady had 18. 12 for Grace Long. Eden Brady added 6, as did Creighton Peck. 4 points from Jaden Hellenthal and 1 from Elsie Flexenar. Leading scorer for Central City was Bailey Weber. She finished with 18 points. Belle Whitson had 7, Avery Wise with 6, Lucy Smith with 4, so did Sloan Smith, also had 4, and 3 points from Lexi Hennick. So that'll just about do it for tonight. Again, coming up tomorrow night, Easton Valley is coming to town to take on Central City. We'll have coverage here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I will not be there. I'll be in Cedar Falls for a UNI women's game, but I believe Karth will have the call for that one. Matt, any final thoughts on tomorrow night's action, getting pumped up for a big matchup with the Riverhawks?
It'll be a really good game, and I'm excited for it.
Certainly looking forward to that one. And then next week, 2 games on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel. Elkader comes to town on Monday, and then on Saturday, Wildcats going to Coe College to take on Dunkerton at the Wells Fargo Advisor Shootout. So one more time, our final score here from Central City. East Buchanan takes down the Wildcats 68-53. Wildcats fall to 2-10. Buccaneers improve to 7-3. So for Matthew Klosterman, his first on-air experience, great work, Matt.
Thanks for having me, David.
Not a problem. For Matt, I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.